As a massive Star Wars fan, we have to talk about Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the sequel to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order that was recently revealed, and we've got some interesting things, details, and more to talk about in this video to keep you guys up to date with everything that you need to know. Do make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these kind of videos, and put in the comments if you have any of the Star Wars comics, because I'm interested to know how many of you guys are invested in the Star Wars lore through the comic books. We'll start off at the very top with the release dates and the platforms. This is coming in 2023, so next year as of this video, and it is primarily a next-gen game, or current-gen if you have the consoles, but I think it's still next-gen because a lot of people still don't have them. But it is playable on PC, PS5, Xbox Series S and X, so it's mostly the next-gen consoles there. Now let's talk about when the game is set. It is of course a sequel that picks up 5 years after the events of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, the first game. It features the return of Cal Kestis. From the first game, he's a former Jedi Padawan that survived Order 66 and the destruction of the Jedi Order, and he's accompanied by his trusty sidekick BD-1, and in the game Cal must acquire new skills and grow his connection with the Force to stay one step ahead of the Empire's constant pursuit. Interestingly though, when Cal escaped from the junk planet of Braca in the first game, of course his identity was discovered by the Inquisitors, and because of the 5-year time gap since the first game, this new sequel is now in sync with the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which of course features Obi-Wan Kenobi 10 years after surviving Order 66, and I won't spoil anything for you guys, I'll just say there is some crossover with the events that are happening between these two characters, so maybe, and that is a big maybe, we'll potentially see some crossovers between the game and the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series. In terms of the timeline matching up, Inquisitors being involved, both of them being Jedis that survived Order 66, there's a definite possibility there. Let us know in the comments if you think that's a pipe dream or that this could actually happen. Now let's talk about the plot, because it's meant to have a darker plot than before. In an interview on the official Star Wars website, the game's director Stig Asmussen, who also directed Fallen Order by the way, has asked if the sequel would be more mysterious and menacing. He replied that that is the purpose of the tone of it, and that it is meant to leave the player with a lot of questions, but they're very intrigued. The game is all about survival, and that's why it's called Jedi Survivor. They are in dark times, and Cal and his crew are going to do whatever it takes to stay alive. That meant that they are making connections with people that in other times might be considered unsavory, and this could potentially be a reference to the character in the trailer that's within the Bacta tank that we'll talk about in a little bit, because next we're going to talk about the characters from the trailer, and we're going to start off with the Padawan that's very clearly in the trailer. And again, from the Star Wars website interview, there's a caption with the picture of this character that says an Imperial Senator makes a dangerous deal on Coruscant. So we can immediately know that this is a Imperial Senator Padawan. It's obviously not going to be the Grand Inquisitor that it does draw similarities with, but it definitely seems like it isn't the Grand Inquisitor. It is instead an Imperial Senator. Within the trailer, this Galactic Empire Senator says, "Tell me, Cal Kestis, why lead when they don't follow? Why fight when you can't win? What is your next move, Jedi?" And as he's saying this, he's looking at a lightsaber, which is Cal's lightsaber that has been stolen or taken away from him. Furthermore, there is the mysterious character in the Bacta tank with long grey or blonde hair. So could this character be Joruus C'baoth or one of his clones? One of his clones has previously been a Dark Jedi who played an important role in the Thrawn campaign, while the original Joruus was a Jedi Master. So could this be him or another one of his clones? Could it be a Dark Jedi or a Jedi character? If it is going to be an unsavory character that was mentioned in the interview, which there was no link to this, it's pure speculation, then that would lean to the idea of it being a clone, a Dark Jedi, if it is this character, which of course we don't know for sure. Furthermore, in the trailer, Cal is also fighting another character, hooded, with a red lightsaber and force powers. Could this be a new Inquisitor, maybe an 11th Inquisitor if that's possible? What do you guys think of that in the comments down below? But there isn't any other information out there on this character that he's fighting. And next up, let's talk about improvements with the next-gen console tech, because we do have some information on it when Stig was asked in the interview how the power from current-gen consoles, or as I like to refer to them still as next-gen, have enabled you to expand or make things better in Jedi Survivor from a gameplay perspective. He answered that the biggest thing is the ray tracing or lighting. It's allowed them to do real-time lighting all the time at a fidelity that's well beyond anything they've ever produced used before. Since it's real time, they can make changes and tweak the lighting and immediately see the results. This means they have more time to polish it, that means that they can iterate more and get better results that feel more filmic. Beyond that, he's also said that with the blazing fast drives on the consoles, it allows them to load up tons of content very quickly. And with his past experience being on streaming games that don't have loading times, this has made it much easier, and that these load times in combination with the ray tracing and lighting are probably the two biggest things. He's also said that the PlayStation 5 has some really interesting haptic feedback on the controllers that they're digging into, and it's just an easier process in general working on these next-gen consoles. So maybe we're also going to get some cool haptic feedback features within the game as well. If you have anything that you know about the game or have noticed in the trailers that we missed, put it down in the comments below and let's share it together as a community. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to Star Wars, and it's easy to miss details or characters because there's so many of them within the Star Wars universe. I absolutely love Star Wars and I'm super excited for Jedi Survivor, and if you do enjoy these videos, make sure to click like and subscribe down below, or check out the videos on screen now that we think are perfect for you, so why not click them, give them a try, watch them and let us know what you think.